If you're thinking about starting Final Fantasy XIV, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to take it slow and take a breather, okay? There's a lot of content, decades of content ahead of you, and it can seem like a lot. There is a lot there, and there's a lot you can do for free. So take your time. When I first started Final Fantasy XIV, Stormblood was new. Stormblood had just released, and I had some people I knew that were getting me into it, and they were pushing me to get to the end so I could do in-game stuff with them. And I had come off of other games. I'd played Final Fantasy XI before, and knowing how much content there was in that game and how that worked, I was interested in getting to the end. I had played World of Warcraft before. You know, there's just so much stuff there, right? There's so much stuff coming into a game like that after it's been released for a while. Don't do what I did. I rushed through most of the game. I skipped a lot of cutscenes. The biggest moments, which are some of my favorite now because I went back and experienced them again. Stuff that's happened in Heavensward, totally skipped through all of that. I couldn't remember any of the cool things that had happened in Stormblood. One of my favorite characters from that expansion, I didn't even know about her really because I skipped all the cutscenes. And there's a lot of really good content there. There's a lot of really cool things that you can experience that if you just skip through it trying to get to the end, you're going to be stressed out. You're going to feel rushed. There's a lot of pressure. It's going to feel like a slog. It's going to feel like it takes forever. Don't do that to yourself. Thankfully, when I got to Shadowbringers, it really pulled me in a way that made me realize there was something a lot more to Final Fantasy XIV than I'd ever experienced in another MMO, let alone other games entirely. Take your time. Enjoy what's happening. Take note of things. Enjoy the characters that are there in front of you while they are in front of you. That is not a spoiler, I promise. Yes, there's a lot of really cool stuff. That happens when you're at the in-game level. When you're level 100, there's a lot of neat stuff. But there's a lot of cool things along the way as well. And yeah, one of the best parts about the game is enjoying it with other people. And you can learn a lot about the people you know when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV or other games like it. Are they pushing you to get to the end? Are they not willing to do any content with you along the way? I'm not saying if they don't, that means you shouldn't be friends with them. I'm just saying you can learn a lot about people. Some people are just business when it comes to that, right? There are people that treat MMOs like a job. And, you know, if that's what you're doing, rushing to the end, it might work for you, actually. If you don't care about stuff like that and you're just trying to get to the end because you care about results and not the journey along the way, maybe that's what you want to do, right? That's fine. At that point, if you can afford it, just buy a boost and get to the last 10 levels. I would recommend experiencing it all the way from level 1 at least once. Especially Shadowbringers and Endwalker. Endwalker, in my opinion, is one of the strongest narrative experiences I've ever had. And that goes beyond the bounds of MMOs or video games. I mean, all media. Endwalker was a thing that I experienced in a very, very volatile time in my life. And I will never forget it. And I'm telling you, if there's even a chance that you might have a similar experience with that story, please take it. It is beautiful. It does kind of suck that it's locked behind so many hours of content, but getting there makes it so much sweeter. And paying attention to everything you can along the way there just builds on how meaningful a story it can be for you.